Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the oldest Major League Baseball franchise, the Cincinnati Reds. Now, do me a favor, if you found the show, hit that like and subscribe button, smash that thumbs up. You guys are awesome. I'm up to 2,456 subscribers. As always, I appreciate every single one of you guys. So you can go check me out on YouTube. You can also check me out on ZTV Cincinnati Online. What's up to everybody there? What's up to everybody watching on Facebook, Twitter, and also on Rumble. So make sure if you're watching the show, please share it out. Hit those thumbs up. Please subscribe and help my numbers go up. I would greatly appreciate it. All right. The Reds have signed Frankie. Not a number one starting pitcher. I'm kind of curious as to why they keep signing these mid-level starting pitchers because we have, as long as they stay healthy, 4 really good starters. And Hunter Green, Nick Lodolo, Grant Ashcraft, and Abbott. I want that number one guy. I would never say – I always say you never have enough pitching. But I'm kind of curious what direction they're going in. What's up to everybody in the chat? Strangers in the first. Joseph's in there. ZTV's in there. Augie, my boy, Maddie's in there, and Joe Farsing. Why is Joe? Oh, that's right. He's supposed to come on the show. Anyway, my co-host for today, and who has here a lot more recently, is Joe. Let's get to him. Let's see what he has to say about this signing. What's up, Joe? What's your thoughts here on Frankie? Frankie.
Honestly, I don't know. They signed him to 1 year. The money, I don't care about the money.
It's $60 million. I mean, it's a lot. I think for a not a healthy guy, not a consistent starter. I mean,
I think it's going right for what you expect to get from him. The only issue is he healthy? He missed all but 1 1/3. What did he throw last year? 1 1/3 innings at the very end of the year. He had shoulder surgery in February, and he just came back because to prove that he was healthy going into free agency. But he's been a good pitcher. It's a matter of consistency, or it's a matter of availability with him.
Right.
He's a middle of the rotation guy. That's another middle of the rotation guy that they have. They have a bunch of 3s and 4s right now. I think they need a number. They still need a number one, but it's
hammer. I want to go to the playoffs. I want to have a shot of winning the World Series or going to it. And I think Hunter Green, Lodolo, Ashcraft, these guys, Abbott, these guys all could turn into a potential number one starter, but they're not there yet.
Yeah.
And my whole point is, the window is now. Go get the guy now. And who said here? Tim. Augie said he's potential of be a solid 2 or 3, which I agree. But do we necessarily need that? Because we have 4 guys. Those are your 4 guys. As long as they're healthy, those are your 4 guys. That's where I'm like Nick Martinez. They say, "Oh yeah, we're giving you a shot at starting." I don't think he's going to start. I mean, unless somebody gets hurt, you always got that. But beginning of the year, as long as those guys are healthy, that's your 4. So you need that number one. That's where I'm at.
It's someone who's not Luke Weaver, who's not Luis Cessa pitching innings. Again, I would take 6-7 guys that you can count on to throw 150 innings. You're not going to get that horse that throws 250 innings. Reds don't have a guy who they can count on for 180 innings. There's rare. I mean, there are a handful of guys that you can count on to throw maybe 200 innings. The Reds don't have those guys. Again, last year, Graham Ashcraft, friend of the podcast because he's an awesome dude.
Yes, he is.
Led the team with 145 and 2/3 innings. That's not a lot. Williamson was second, 117, 112 from Green, 110 from Abbott, and then a bunch of guys that aren't here anymore, and then a bunch of guys that were injured. You need someone who can throw innings. Now, can you rely on him to throw innings? Because, again, he threw 1 inning last year. 2022, he wasn't great in midseason from Oakland to the Yankees. Yankees do some funky shit with their starting pitchers, and people try to say, "Oh, they can't pitch in the bright lights." No, they're very rigid with what they want their pitchers to throw. Sonny Gray has been great at every stop he's been in the majors outside of New York because they wanted him to throw a high 4-seamer, and that's it. I haven't looked into his stuff to see what they had him throw when he was with New York, how that varied with what what he was throwing when he was successful in Oakland. But I mean, he still has a good fastball. He's got 5 pitches. He's got 3 different fastballs. He's also got a slider, and I forget I had Baseball Savant up here and I lost it. Splitter. Yeah, he's got splitter, cutter. So he's got a bunch of different. I mean, he throws a power repertoire is what you get.
Now Augie said that, and I'm not trying to like poo on this thing. I mean, I'll never. I'm always for getting more pitching, regardless starting.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'll never say no to that. I'm just worried that we're not getting that hammer. But like Augie said here, his last healthy season, he was like 14-9 with a 3.3 ERA, 6 of the Cy Young vote, which that's good. I mean, if he's healthy and with our pitching coach, I mean, we've had, you just mentioned Sonny Gray. He did good in Oakland, and then he sucked in New York, and he came back here and revitalized his career. It could be the same thing. I mean, this has happened before with Oakland A's, Yankees pitchers come to the Reds. I mean, you got Sonny Gray and another one named Senior Smoke, Jose Rio.
Yeah.
So we've had some pretty good results from this. And like I said, I'm not trying to say it's
Don't forget Brandon Clausen.
Oh yeah, Brandon. Yeah. Oh God, Brandon Clausen. Yeah. That was. Oh my God. Well, that was back in the dark days where you just kept trying to pick up guys who were scrappy. This guy was supposed to be good, 20 years ago. So
yeah.
Let's see here. Let's get some more comments here. Jared said, I don't mind the move, just like the value from Martinez and Pagan more. Yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad move. I don't want them to keep getting all these mid-level guys and expect it to work, because I think these guys are better than the mid-level guys we had last year. I want that number one hammer. That's just me. That's where I'm at.
I don't like that it's only a 1-year deal. This is a signing that a team that expects to be out of contention by the All-Star break makes so they could flip him.
Right.
Again, and with his injury, coming off an injury, I'm fine with him only being a 1-year deal, but it's I don't know. He's better than what they had. He's better than the guys that threw out there. Right. It's another quantity. You know what I mean? It's another bullet that they can use. I still want them to go out. What's that?
I don't want them going for quantity instead of quality. I want
right, but I mean, he has a higher floor, or the guys that they threw out, that the guys had a floor that was at like sub basement. He has a floor of being a solid. At worst case, he's a back end of the rotation guy. So I'm cool with that. They still need to go out there and get someone whose floor is a 3 and whose ceiling is an ace.
Yeah, exactly. Now, with who is the guy who just signed Luis? The one that the Reds might have been in. He just signed or got traded yesterday.
Lucas Giolito.
Yeah, Lucas.
They had to sign him. Red Sox signed him, and then the Red Sox went out and traded Chris Sale today to the Braves.
Yeah, so that's kind of the move I want the Reds to make, and I'm like, that's what's kind of yes. I know Lance McAllister tweeted out that we've had all these guys and we lost 0 prospects. That's great. I'm okay with losing some of these prospects. We have many. I won't say too many. We have enough that we can trade some of them to go get us one of these number one pitchers. Go get. My number one guy is I can't ever remember his name, but the one for the White Sox.
Cease.
Dylan Cease. I still like to get him. Second will be Shane Bieber. Those two are still out there. I'm hoping that the Reds will do that. I mean, we still got time here, but yeah, that's still the move that I'm waiting for. And maybe these guys, because if everybody's healthy and you get that number one guy, Martinez, Frank, these guys are not starting pitchers on this team. If you get that number one hammer and you have Hunter Green, Lodolo, Ashcraft, and Abbott, that's your starters.
I'm almost wondering because this kind of seems similar to the Candelario deal, to where it's now you have, I don't want to say too many, because again, give me guys that you can stash down in AAA if need be with Lodolo, Williamson, the guys that you can bring up. But this is another guy who's starter caliber. You've got now 6 or 7 of them. Are they going to use somebody like an Andrew Abbott in a trade?
That's all right. That's what I don't want to do. I don't mind trading the guys that are in the minors because they're high quality guys. I'm like, why do we have to trade? I don't feel that we should have to trade at somebody on the major league roster that we know where they're at. We have enough guys that are ranked high in the minor leagues, and I'll even put Phelps out there, Connor Phelps. Yeah. I'll trade him. I'll trade Rhett. I mean, I like both those. But those guys right there could just package those two. You should get a quality starting pitcher.
Maybe, but I mean, and I'm not advocating trading Abbott. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I like Andrew Abbott. I think he's going to be a number 2, number 3 pitcher for a long time. But this signing kind of has the feel that if they're going to go out and get another pitcher, like to get that starter, the top level starter that we want, it's going to be dealing somebody like that. Williamson doesn't have the value, and Lodolo has negative value right now because he's heard that no one's going to trade for him, knowing that they're not going to be able to count on him to actually pitch.
Right. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but to me, it's like you have these two guys, and like I said, and Rhett and Connor Phillips. Those two are your future big time pitchers that are in your minor leagues already. Connor Phillips, he came up last year and pitched pretty good.
Chase Petty pitched great up into Double-A too.
Yeah, so I mean, there's guys down there that I think you could trade, that you could package together. And I'm not saying trade everybody. I'm like maybe 1 or 2 of these guys to go get these starting pitchers. By the way, if you guys want to support the show, since I can't do super chats on YouTube anymore, the Joey Carr put the link in the comments here, and I'll click on it here right now. So if you guys want to go there and you guys can support the show, I would appreciate it. Also, if you're watching on ZTV, the link is down here somewhere on ZTV, so you guys can donate to the show and help out. And like I said, do me a favor, make sure you guys are hitting the thumbs up. Please share this out to as many people as you can. I'm trying to grow the numbers on YouTube, trying to grow the numbers on Facebook, Twitter, Rumble, YouTube, all that stuff. Anyway, so let's get back to some of the comments here. Kevin, trade Arroyo and Petty for a legitimate starter. Right there.
The problem is I'm okay with trading those guys, but with what and I'm pretty sure it was the Reds that leaked this, but what the White Sox were asking for Cease, they were asking for
too much.
Right, but that's telling you right there. They're going to ask for they asked for 5 prospects. They named 4 of them. It's going to take 3 prospects to get and Cease isn't an ace. Cease is a 2, a high end 2, but
he's an ace for us.
Well, to me, there's only like 10 aces in all of baseball. There's there's 30 number ones. An ace is top of the top, like prime Scherzer, prime Verlander, those guys.
I mean, but the thing is, we have guys who potentially could be that ace. We just need that guy who's been there, done that on this team to be the number 1. I mean, Hunter Green could be our ace. Hunter Green is paid to be our ace. Hopefully this year he does it. Lodolo, before he got hurt, was looking like an ace. Ashcraft has looked like an ace at time. Abbott, when he first came up, these guys all have potential to be the number 1, number 2 starter. And that's why I'm like, if you get a Shane Bieber, if you can get why can't I remember the guy from Chicago?
Dylan Cease.
Why can't I remember his freaking name? And if you get one of those 2, and that's your penciled in number 1 starter, hopefully they'll help develop the other guys into that. It's kind of where I'm at, because we have guys who have the potential. All 4 of these guys we got could be the number 1 starter with the stuff they got.
Yeah, but the problem is you can't plan on projection. There's a gigantic difference between hoping for like guys on the back end of your roster hoping that they pitch better or play better, but if you're looking for someone to be your ace or someone to be like your 40 home run hitter, projecting, like hoping that they're going to be that, like that's not going to get you anywhere. Red's been doing that shit for 30 years. You need to get that ace, or you have that ace already. You can't expect the guy to go up, so.
So would you be excited if we got Dylan Cease or Bieber, or are you wanting something more than that? I mean, I'd love getting something more than that, but I don't know if they've been available or out there to get that. That might be the top of the tree there.
I mean, everybody's available. Pick me. I mean, Shohei Ohtani. I mean, you could trade something. The Dodgers will look to trade Shohei Ohtani, even though they just signed him. Now, I mean, yeah, those are the 2 guys that are probably the best of what's been mentioned. That it's more likely.
We don't have to go the entire farm for, which I don't want to do that.
And yeah, but I mean, again, people that talk about like for not trading prospects, great. Ricardo Cabrera still has 6 guys up between him and the major leagues that are all prospects. Trade guys. You don't like it's holding on to guys that might be something. Like they don't pan out. Yeah, I'm convinced that all the guys that the Reds brought up this year, they're not all going to pan out. And you know,
I mean,
but I would be fine. Like I prefer Cease over Bieber. And as my boy Joey Gaditza put in the comments, Cease or Bieber. There's talk of them looking to add maybe Emmanuel Clase to improve their return. That would be fantastic.
That would be perfect. We were talking about that last night or night before that.
Yesterday, yeah. Because Emmanuel Clase is an absolute stud, one of the best arms in baseball, and that would be fantastic to have him and Diaz at the back. Yeah, back in the bullpen.
Yeah. You have a 1-2 punch there. That'd be great. Now, I brought this up, and a lot of people are saying it too. I don't think the Reds are going to do it. They pretty much said they're not going to take a chance on Bauer.
No,
they pretty much said they're not going to.
And if they sign Bauer, I will not be in attendance for one game.
So I think there's a lot to that as far as how he's perceived, you know, through the fans and all that stuff.
All 30 teams, there's a reason 30 teams need pitching and not one team is looking to sign him. He's hated. And this is from a former player, this is from a player. There are 25 players and Trevor Bauer. Like
right.
he's
blackballed, dude. Basically.
Yeah, he's universally hated. He's a jackass. Again, like regardless of whatever, like the legal and all that crap, he's an asswipe. Players like they do not want him on. Nobody wants him on their team.
All right, so back to Frankie. How do you say
Montas?
Montas, thank you.
Montas.
Frankie Montas.
Montas.
So they signed him $60 million for 1 year. I mean, that to me is starter money. I mean, am I wrong?
Yeah,
$60 million you don't pay. So that's where I'm confused. Because you got him at $16 million, you got Nick Martinez. How much did they sign him for? Do you remember?
I think it's 16.
All right, so you got two guys who you signed for starter money, and you already have 4 guys that are already here that are, in my mind, established themselves as your 4 starters. So you're gonna have who's out if you got those 2.
I'm assuming Ashcraft is in. I think Lodolo and Williamson are out. Or maybe it's going to be those. I don't think Lodolo is going to be in just because I don't think that I don't know where he is along in his recovery or in terms of rehab and everything. I think it's going to be Ashcraft / Martinez maybe for the last starting pitching spot, and Martinez having the edge.
Mm-hmm. That's the interesting. That's just where I'm at. Lodolo, I'll put it this way: if he's healthy and he can pitch like he was last year before he got hurt, I mean, if he comes in fully healthy, like put it this way, if they all come in fully healthy, which Graham was on the show with us,
yeah,
and he said he's projected to be, around target to show up the
he'll be able to do his regular ramp up and off season routine. So
if Lodolo is like that, 100 degrees, like I mean, if they're pitching, if Lodolo's pitching like I know he can pitch, there's nobody on that team that's going to keep him out of that starting rotation. I don't think. If he's pitching,
no. I mean, again, he's of all the young guys that they brought up, he's got the highest floor. It's a matter. I mean, we just talked about Chris Sale getting traded. His ceiling is Chris Sale. I mean, he's very similar. The tall, lanky left-hander that kind of throws across his body, a lot of sliders, a decent fastball. I like Lodolo a lot. I haven't seen enough of him. It's the best ability is availability, and he had injuries coming up through the minors, and it's all fluky shit. It's not like it's he keeps having shoulder issues or he keeps having his elbow keeps barking and he's it looks like he's going to be having Tommy John surgery or anything like that. It's just he just hasn't been able to stay on the mound.
That's the problem with Hunter Green too. He's been I mean, Ashcraft was pretty healthy up until last year.
Yeah,
Kevin here, which I mean, this might be it. I mean, if they're all healthy, I'm okay with it. I'm just nervous about it. Green, Ashcraft, Abbott, Lodolo, and Montas, if healthy. I mean, that's fine. That's not what I was expecting them to do this year, And then he says if Lodolo is not healthy, that'll be Connor Phillips.
I think Phillips is a little bit down the list. He only came up and pitched out of necessity because literally everyone else was out. Phillips' ceiling, and I think I missed on Phillips. I think he's a lot better than what I thought he was going to be. They don't need him to pitch, and since they don't need him to pitch, having him try to just work on command a little bit better. His walk rate is a little bit high. If he can get that under control, then he's top of rotation ceiling.
Right.
So I'm fine with Phillips spending until the All-Star break down in Louisville, and everyone being healthy.
Am I correct on this? Because Phillips came straight from Double-A, didn't he? He didn't make a Triple-A start because that we needed pitchers. I'm pretty sure I don't think he made a. You can look that up. I don't think he made.
I can't remember.
If it was, if he did, it was
someone did, and I'm thinking it was Lyon Richardson, but
he only made like 2 starts, I think.
Yeah, he came up and made a couple.
Yeah,
I mean, he pitched. How many innings did he pitch?
Wasn't Connor the one that pitched the last game when we had last chance we had to not make the playoffs, but keep it close? And
I don't know. That was 3 months ago, man. How am I supposed to know that stuff?
Look, you are the Reds expert here.
I'm the guy who's quick at looking stuff up.
Yeah, that's why I have you on the show, because I just sit here going, hey, go look that up.
I will give me 2 seconds. I will pull up schedule results. I will see who started game. We're talking game 161, that Saturday game.
Yeah.
Box score. Connor Phillips was the starting pitcher, and he lost.
Whoa! Whose memory's the best? It's mine. Thank you.
But see, that's the problem with senility, is that it comes and goes. It's not it's not an every second thing. It's just early onset.
Look, he says, Joe, stop being so humble.
Oh yeah, I do love you, buddy.
All right, Kevin here. Does Rhett Lauder make a push for the rotation?
No. I think there's a chance because he hasn't even pitched in the minor leagues.
Well, I don't think the Reds are scared to put him coming out of the bullpen if he's ready. If he shows well in the minor leagues, or in training camp. Sorry, spring training.
I think, and again, I don't know if the Reds are going to need him. I think that there's a decent chance that he starts in Double-A, but again, he didn't. As far as I don't think he pitched at all in even in Low A. So it would be very rare for him to completely skip all the way up to the majors. Yeah, Mike Leake. Yeah, but Reds needed somebody in 2010 too.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Mike, we needed a starter. With everybody we just signed and everybody we already have, we don't need Red as a starter this year. I mean, eventually, yes.
Yeah, he didn't make. He didn't throw one pitch even in Low A. They shut him down, and he pitched the complex. So
yeah, they shut him down pretty much as soon as they drafted him. I mean, he came here and took some pictures and kissed the babies and stuff like that, and then he just kind of worked as a complex because he pitched a lot in the College World Series, so they wanted to, I think, give his arm a break and just start fresh. So I mean, honestly, I would be shocked if he is on the major league roster. I think they want to take him. So, and that's the one good thing, or not the one. That is a good thing about having so many pitchers with so much talent is when you had it, we don't have to rush them. Unlike years past where when we had Homer Bailey, we're dying for him to come up here, and we brought him up too soon. So,
yeah. Well, and considering our big issue is pitchers with reliable innings, someone who's straight out of college that I don't know what exactly his workload was coming out of Wake Forest, but you can only assume that he's only good for about 150 innings, 140 innings. So the Reds need guys. Reds need a bunch of guys that can throw 150, 60 innings. I mean, look what happened to Abbott. He got worn down because he hadn't pitched that many innings and just hadn't had his arm built up that much yet.
He had never pitched that many innings.
Yeah.
Joseph here. They land a big top of the rotation guy. Wouldn't it make sense to have either Lodolo or Williamson as a second lefty in the pen, in-house solution? But those dudes could be killers in the pen. Yeah, I think Williamson is going to be in the bullpen. I mean, I think I don't see him being a starter. Lodolo, I see him as a starter. But yeah, if things shake out, you could do that.
Honestly, I say this after saying that Lodolo I think has the highest floor. I think he would be the better reliever too, because he's got a good fastball. He throws it low 93, 94. It's probably going to play up 95, 96, 97. And then he's got a big, I don't know if it's a sweeper or slider.
What's
like
the difference
It has to do with spin direction. They literally just like, I mean, how many pitchers have been throwing a sweeper that didn't even know what the hell it is? Go to Pitching Ninja, and he actually breaks down what a slider is. But it has to do just with the spin direction and the way that it moves. It's just another slider, a kind of a cross between a curveball and a slider. So think more, if you're looking from a right-hander perspective, like 3 to 9 type break, as opposed to curveball 12 to 6, or the more horizontal movement of a slider.
What's your slider or sweeper like?
I didn't have one. I had a fastball that ran in on a left-hander. Like anything I throw, I could throw an absolute 4-seam grip, not even turn anything, and it just absolutely just tails in on lefties. So as a lefty, I would be held a hit against a left-handed pitcher.
You hit a lot of guys.
I didn't pitch a lot.
You were a headhunter, weren't you?
I mean, yeah. That's my batter. That's my plate, man. You don't lean over it. You need to keep your feet inside the white line, or you're going to get a little bit of sweet chin music.
Why the hell are you bringing up the NLDS? We got so lot of Phillies.
Augie asked if the Reds in 2010 did the Reds get to the NLCS.
Oh.
So I was answering Augie's question.
Don't bring up bad stuff. We're Cincinnati fans. We never get to the promised land. Right?
Reds' first playoff game in 15 years since they got swept to the hands of the Braves in the NLCS.
And then we got no hit.
Goes out and gets no hit by Doc Holliday.
Yes, I remember
that. That was that was upsetting.
Oh God, I'm sitting there going, can we just one hit? Get one.
Yeah.
Just one.
Yeah.
Bunt. I don't care. Get it. Bunt the ball. Steal home. Steal first. Something.
Yeah. I mean, at least it wasn't a perfect game like Don Larson threw in the series, but bad enough. Yeah.
For the first couple of innings, it was. Oh my God, that was.
It was. I mean, it was. 2010 wasn't as painful as 2012 because 2010 was like it was the team on the come. It was. I mean, the Reds were, I guess, ahead of schedule. I mean, there's no such thing as being ahead of schedule. But 2012 was the year when they were like that was
the year.
Yeah, I mean, they were World Series contenders. They had won 97 games. They go up 2-0. Homer Bailey throws an absolute gem in Game 3 of the NLCS, but they ended up losing because of an error. And then they lose the next 2 games. And Scott Rowland, Sergio Romo throws a slider that's just begging to be hammered. And Scott Rowland swings through it with the... I mean, he hits a home run. The Reds walk it off in Game 5, but no, that was his last pitch Scotty Rowland ever saw in the majors. A hanging slider, begging to be obliterated into the river, and he swung through it.
That's a Hall of Famer you're talking about right there.
I know. Unfortunately, he was a Hall of Famer for 3 teams that weren't the Reds. He was a decent Red. He was a Hall of Fame Cardinal, Philly, Blue Jay.
Yeah. The thing I remember about that, and the game was over, but we still had a chance, as Dusty would say, we're still in slam range.
Yeah.
Where we had one of the best bullpens in baseball, and he stuck with Matt Latos.
Latos got lit up. Yeah. I mean, he,
I suppose he comes in and hits a freaking grand slam. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh my God. I'm like, it's over. Like, are you freaking kidding me? Anyway, why are we talking about this? Who brought this up? Augie?
Augie brought up the damn postseason team.
Damn it, Augie. Jeez, what is it? Yes, don't speak of that. Don't speak of that game.
And Joey, I got to ask you, Joseph Gaditza, he lives in Canada. How's the weather in Regina right now? So you got to answer that one. It's he lives out in the plains, and it's got to be really damn cold. And then, like, he'll say, I'll see pictures of like all the snow and everything in October, and I'm like, no, baby, I'm
good where I'm at. Well, yeah, you were just out freezing your ass off. You said here in Cincinnati.
Yeah, we had my daughter and her friends and their families. We went ice skating and then went to lunch. And just outside, it's just windy and like it's not that cold. It's like 40, but it's windy as hell and it's freezing my ass off when you called me. So I was wearing this outside. It's a thin hoodie, so
you might want to wear something thicker if you go outside.
I didn't plan on being outside for more than walking to the car to the door.
All right, real quick before we get the hell out of here, we got the Florida State Seminoles playing tonight. Actually, should be starting here pretty soon.
Georgia Bulldogs.
Georgia. I would absolutely love to see Florida State win. I don't think they got a shot in hell. And with their third, fourth string quarterback and half their damn players not playing.
Well, they're down 14-0 at this early part of the second quarter.
There you go. Yeah, see, that's I don't think.
I want Florida State to win only because I love anarchy and chaos. Florida State's going to be leaving the ACC, so the ACC is going to implode. Only like -7. Are you talking Celsius or you're talking? You're probably talking Celsius, so that's probably pretty damn cold. I don't have my.
Sounds freaking cold to me.
Yeah, it's. I mean, they use Celsius up in the Great White North to. Let's see. So that's 20 degrees. That's not too. I mean, it's cold, but that's still not. That's
What's our temperature?
So it's 40.
It's on ZTV. The weather's down here, but I can't see it.
Yeah, you've got your ticker blocking all that shit. You have a QR code like there to scan, and you have your ticker blocking the QR code. That seems that does not seem like a good usage of space. There you go.
Yeah, probably not. That's right. So you guys can scan that.
Augie, that's probably a good bet, especially right now. I wonder what the line is right now if you were to in game.
Oh, it's got right now. 17.5. Well, I mean, it could be higher than that. I mean. Georgia,
23 guys sitting out. Jesus,
they haven't lost a guy. They haven't lost a game, and I guess Alabama's first game they lost in like almost 2 years. Like holy crap!
Yeah,
Joseph said, yeah, it's -7.
So -7 Celsius, which is 19 Fahrenheit, which is it's chilly, but it's.
Oh, he says 22 to have a kickoff.
Oh wow!
Who's betting the over on that?
I think right now it's probably got to be +28 right now if you were to check the odds.
Well, I think
-28. I'm curious. I'll look it up right now because
he just said it was -17.5 right now. Is what Augie said.
I thought he said he got it at 17.5.
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah, I read that wrong. Yep, sorry.
We are it's 21-3 now. The spread it's 34.5.
Woo! Hammer the over. Hammer the over.
The money line is if you pick Georgia on the money line, it's minus 100,000.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Which means what? You get a penny on every dollar. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. We'll put 100. Yeah. It's so to bet $100. You bet $100 to make a dime.
Jeez. Not good odds. Not good.
Even if you parlay that, like do a 20 leg parlay, you're still not making jack. So just stay away from that one.
Yeah, Joseph. Happy New Year to you too, buddy. Happy New Year.
Thanks. Same to you, brother. I will see it a couple hours earlier than you will. I think Mountain Time Zone out there.
You got me, dude. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I have no clue. So how upset were you that Ohio State lost?
Not very. It's just seeing them implode and just absolute shit talk Ryan Day. And I don't care. I don't know if he's a good coach or a bad coach. I don't watch their games. I have no interest in Big Ten, whether it's Ohio State, Michigan, whatever. What I said before about wanting Florida State to win because I like chaos. I love chaos. So I like when Ohio State, when Bucknuts are losing their shit because they're not winning good enough. Like, nobody played in that game. I don't know what quarterback who even played.
I have no idea.
They didn't have their running back. They didn't have Marvin Harrison Jr. wasn't playing. Like who cares what happens in that game? If you want to complain that that he hasn't beaten Michigan, fine. And what in Columbus it's measured by college football playoff appearances and things like that. But next year you're going to make the playoff even if you lose to Michigan. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I like chaos with all the big programs. I was pissed when Alabama squeaked into the playoff. I was hoping Florida State would go just because they would lose their shit having SEC having 0 schools. That wasn't going to happen. That wasn't going to happen.
You can't. They've never had a Final Four without either the SEC team or a Big Ten team. They've never had one. They never will.
And Michigan's number 1, so it's not, I at least can't complain about them.
I was more upset that Alabama got it. I mean, I think or Texas. One of those two could have got taken out. Texas got 2 losses, I think.
Yeah, and I understand what they say about Florida State because their quarterback was out, but
Ohio State
they won. Yeah,
third string. So don't give me that crap. I don't want to hear that. That's
right.
A stupid argument. That's
right. Like that. Okay, cool, but they won every game on their schedule.
Right.
Like, are you supposed if you're just picking the 4 teams that you think are best, then why don't we just go off of the recruiting rankings for the past 4 years and preseason rankings, average those out, pick the top 4 schools, bam, it's Ohio State, Clemson,
right,
Alabama,
Georgia.
and whoever for the last, Georgia, and then everyone,
Everybody's talking about this. Well, okay, well, the best team. I honestly think the best team is freaking Georgia. Talent wise, but yeah, they got beat by Alabama. So I'm like, why the hell is Georgia in there? If you're going by the best team, well, frick, they got beat by Alabama. Screw that. Put Georgia in. I mean, it makes no sense. I mean, I think Georgia could beat most of those teams. I mean, I don't think Texas got a shot. I love Corey. I love Washington. I do. That's Corey Dillon's alma mater. I don't.
Yeah.
They might beat. Are they playing Texas? No. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the 2-3 game, isn't it?
Yeah. They might beat Texas, but I don't think they're going to beat Michigan. I think Michigan's going to win it. To be honest, and I don't think they're going to beat Alabama. I think it's either Michigan or Alabama. That's kind of where I'm at.
I would like to say that it's going to be Michigan again, just because I like chaos and it's going to piss off a lot of people in Columbus. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be Michigan.
So if Michigan wins, is Harbaugh still? Is he coming back as their coach with all this stuff around him still? I mean, they literally had the FBI investigating Michigan.
I don't think so. I think there's a really good chance that he's that he's gone. I don't know what jobs are going to be open. I think San Diego would make sense. He played there, or he played there for the Chargers. Well, he played San Diego. They're LA now. He played for the Chargers, but so would they wait for him? Maybe. And I don't know. He's kind of a pompous ass too, so that's why I don't know if I want them to win. I hate all the teams. Texas, because every year they're back. I don't think they're the number 2 team. I want Washington to win. They're the biggest outlier.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Washington. I'm rooting for chaos. And my boy Corey.
Well, you got 28 plus Jake Browning plus Drew Sample, the best goddamn tight end in the NFL.
Legendary Drew Sample. Put the respect on his name.
Right. Plus the ghost of Steve Entman. I think Steve Entman's still alive, so I don't know if his ghost is still around. Remember that dude? That dude was a monster in college, and he had, I think he had an okay career with the Colts, but that guy was a fucking monster.
Did you say his name is Dylan Cease? Is that his name?
That way you will remember his name when
we're not talking. That would have helped at the beginning of the show, Joe. Not now.
I changed that 25 minutes ago, and you
noticed it. Okay, I've got a lot of stuff going on here. Okay,
I can't run your show for you, Chief.
I know. The pressure is real. Anyway. Yep, the Red Sun. Frankie
Montas.
Thank you. I had it written down, but I flipped the page over. Frankie Montas. We'll see what happens. Maybe they're not done. Maybe they are done. We'll see. We got, I think, less than 90 days till opening day. Pitchers and catchers report. February 28th, I think, is, if I'm correct on that.
Let's see. Reds pitchers and catchers report on. Well, come on. Just give me the damn number. I'm looking for pitchers and catchers. February 24th.
Oh, I was close.
No, the first game. The first game is on February 24th, so it's before that. Just tell me. Come on, internet. Come on, Google. You're failing me.
Mid-February, the pitchers and catchers.
But mid-February. That's not specific. I can't set my clock to mid-February. Are we talking? Mid-February is the February 15th at noon. Like, that's 14 and a half days through. So did they report at noon on February 15th?
There you go. You just narrowed it down right there.
I guess.
February 14th at noon. The Reds pitchers and catchers are reporting.
I guess.
Grammy Ashcash will already be there.
Yes. And a lot of guys are going to be there already because, I mean, these guys have nothing else to do, so they're just going to go bust their ass, and work hard. So.
Well, I think after a while they got to be chopping at the bit, going, I'm ready to get back to playing baseball.
Their significant others are telling them to get the fuck out of the house and
it's like Graham said,
get to the desert.
Yeah, it's like Graham said. His wife goes, "Oh yeah, Graham's back." Yeah. I'm like, "Oh yeah, who's that guy in bed with me?" "Oh yeah, it's Graham."
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, exactly.
He's back. Yeah, but yeah, we're getting him back on the show. JD House, Reds third base coach, emailed me back, and he is going to join the show sometime in January. So that's pretty cool.
I bet you he's got some good football takes. He was an absolute legendary quarterback in West Virginia.
Yep.
Hurricane High School in Nitro, or it's Nitro High School and Hurricane somewhere. I think it's Hurricane High School or something in Nitro, West Virginia. He was a goddamn legend.
we'll have some good conversation with him. So I got him coming up. Buck Farmer's going to come up.
What'd you say?
Buck Farmer.
Oh, I thought you were saying something about my mom.
Buck Farmer. Buck. BUTK. You want to do what with a farmer? Never mind.
Farmers only?
Yeah, that is a thing.
Yeah.
I could totally see you going on that one before you.
Oh, no.
Hey, baby. Yeah.
I no. Good Lord. I'm a suburbanite born of generations of city dwellers, man. I don't like the smell of manure.
So you're saying you're a wannabe West Sider, what you're saying? Don't lie.
No, I'm cool on the East Side, man. I'm cool. I like Kenwood. I like Blue Ash. I like Hyde Park. Places with some culture. Like real Italian isn't La Rosa's.
It is La Rosa's. His last name's La Rosa. He's from Italy.
Great, but that's not
Italione.
How authentic Italian is a baked buddy?
It's delicious.
I like a baked buddy. I mean, it's an Italian hoagie. I mean, it's fine, but I'll go to Forno or I'll go to Alfio's in Hyde Park. Man, that's some good shit. You want a great espresso martini, man? Holy smokes!
By the way, La Rosa's, if you want to sponsor the show, don't mind Joe. If you want to sponsor, I'll fire him. It's okay.
Don't fire me. I don't get paid. How are you going to fire me?
We make all kinds of money on this. Anyway, we got some cool stuff coming up. There might be the show might be expanding. It might not be. We'll have to see. I'm working on some things, talking to some people. So I got a lot of cool stuff coming up. We'll find out what happens. Anyway, Joe, plug some stuff before I let you go. And thank you for coming on this short notice.
Of course, I got to come back inside where it's warm.
Duh.
Check out the Bengals show presented by the Riverfront. We had Richard Skinner from Local 12 on with us to talk football with Greg and me. As always, youtube.com, Riverfront Cincy, Late Night Reds with Tim Daniel and Ben, Tim and Ben, and then the Riverfront Reds show with Nate and Chad. RiverfrontCincy.com. We have an awesome merch show. We put a lot of stuff out right in time to be too late to buy stuff for Christmas because we're awesome at that.
2 shirts right before Christmas.
Oh, I created a bunch of shirts. I put out a ton of stuff for the Riverfront U.
There's 2 days before Christmas. You got to do it sooner, that show.
I mean, there are Jake Browning quotes that he came out with the week before Christmas. What do you want from me? I can't put words in his mouth.
Think of something cooler sooner. Your
wife, I can't.
Your wife is a design person.
Yeah, but she wants nothing to do with me. That's why I talk to you all the time. She doesn't want to hear me.
Exactly. All right, buddy. Hey, you have a happy New Year.
You too.
And we're gonna have a fun year this year. I can't wait. We're gonna have a lot of cool stuff to talk about.
All right, we'll see you, brother.
Later. Hoot it. All right, guys. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. Like I said, just want to do a live show since the Reds signed Frankie Martin. Did I get his name right? Yeah. Montag. Sorry. Anyway, not the number one guy I was hoping for, but it is pitching, and you can never have enough pitching. It's just kind of like, to me, you can never have enough guys who can play shortstop, because you play shortstop, you can play anywhere. If you can pitch, you can pitch. Starting pitching, bullpen. We're going to have more quality pitchers that the Reds can draw from this year if we get injured like we did last year, which hopefully we won't, because the chances of getting that injured again are slim to none, you would think. Anyway, but yeah, if you're watching the show on YouTube, please make sure you like, subscribe, share. You can also check it out on Facebook, Twitter, X, and Rumble. Make sure you are subscribed to Rumble. I will be pulling the sound off later tonight, putting on the podcast. It's on BeanPod, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Also, going to set it up here. My producer, who's sitting on the floor, hopefully he's awake, is going to set up. So I'll be live on TikTok here soon too. So we're trying to get on as many streams as possible so you guys can find it. So do me a favor, hit those thumbs up, hit those likes, share it out. It just helps the channel out. Try to get those numbers up for my subscriptions. I would greatly appreciate it. Other than that, you guys have a happy New Year. And I think this is the last show of the year, unless something happens tomorrow. By the way, wait, Joe's still here. I want to ask you something real quick. Joe, put your headphones back on.
I'm back.
Yeah. All right. I didn't ask you. You got a prediction or score prediction for the game tomorrow for the Bengals Chiefs? I want you to ask you that.
I mean, like I said on my show, I had to pick the Chiefs 27-21. Their back is against the wall, just like the Bengals. and being in Arrowhead is going to make it a tough match for him. But I am happy as hell to be wrong.
I hope you're wrong. I'll take your number. I'll take 27-12, but I'll go Bengals because that's just me. I always pick the Bengals. And you got the name wrong. It's Browninghead.
Burrowhead. Yeah, Browninghead. Yeah.
Browninghead. Yeah, no, it's Browninghead. Yeah,
My bad.
All right. Sorry. All right. Get out of here now. What? What'd you say?
I said I gave a peace sign. Like you're like I didn't flip you off. It was a peace sign.
Okay. Bye. I'm clicking it and we'll go ahead. Click, go, put your way. Anyway. All right, let's get the heck out of here. Like I said, follow me on all that stuff, subscribe, share. I'll see you guys next year. Go Bengals. Let's go kick the Queefs ass. Make Patrick Mahomes cry. Oh, and I got some pretty fun bets that I'm going to put out tomorrow on Twitter. So make sure you check out all my Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. Maybe you can bet them, maybe you can't. Anyway, that's just sports, baby.